Hi everyone, I'm Aneetta V. George. I'm working as a content strategist. So, as a girl hailing from Kerala, everyone's ambition, or at least your elders' ambition, was to make me an engineer or at least choose a medical career. But I did not abide by those rules, and I have completed my master's in English. I thoroughly enjoyed my journey going into English and exploring more. And I would like to share some of my experiences and learnings throughout the process. So I completed my English honors, the English honors from St. Stephen's College, Delhi University. Afterwards, I went ahead and took up MA English honors at Women's Christian College under Madras University. The main reason why I chose English was that it was the only subject that made me truly happy and put a smile on my face as I was learning it. So my entire intention of making a career or taking a subject forward throughout your entire life wanted to be something that would give me joy and happiness. So that was my basic underlining factor for choosing English. Generally, language. I did enjoy Malayalam and Malayalam literature, but I picked up English as my option. Till my 12th, I was a computer science student. Like every parent back in Kerala, even my parents wanted me to learn maths and science, and I was good at it. Because of that, while I completed my 12th standard with high marks, everyone wondered and questioned my choice to move into English rather than continuing in science. This includes my school teachers, my relatives, my neighbors, all had a frown when I told them that I'm moving to Delhi to study English. Their main concern was, why can't you do an English from Kerala? Or why don't you pick up an engineering like your father and take your career forward in a professional manner than choosing a degree and becoming jobless at the end of it? But I did not cater to those words just because I wanted to study something that made me happy. And science, even though I was okay with it, I didn't want to learn and be in a scientific field for my life. I enjoyed humanities. I loved studying social sciences, and I enjoyed language the most. Even in school, I was happy, and I liked writing, especially creative writing, and that is when I decided my stronger points are in English. In language, I had few very nice people who encouraged my taste in English. Very few, to be honest. And I finally took a decision to drop engineering and stop trying for engineering and focus my attention in English. And when I wanted to do that, which was not the convention in the time, I wanted to do it from a very reputed institution. So like every other person, I went into Google to find out best colleges in India for English. I didn't have a mentor to guide me. So I think Google searches were my guide. And I narrowed it down to few universities. And I applied to Delhi University, especially St. Stephen's College. Fortunately, I got an interview call. I went and I discovered a lot of myself even during the application process, because they ask you a lot of questions that really makes you think and reflect on your choices. Somehow I cleared my entrance exam, and those 3 years in Stephens was a time of unlearning. Whatever you have gathered till you're of age 18 or 17 was brushed down to stone apart. And I had to revisit everything in a different angle, in a different lens. It was a very interesting and intriguing experience. I started to fall in love with libraries. I started to enjoy reading all genres. I understood and started to learn about a lot of different cultures. The benefits of studying from an institution which has students from across India gave me a wider perspective about the nation. And humanities, as such, opens a lot of doors before us. It makes you question the basics of life, from starting maybe what is happiness to why do we have to live a life like this. So it was a lot of question and answers. It was a lot of confusions. It was a lot of hard work, especially since I came from a science background. I didn't know a lot of history until like unless what I learned till my 10th grade. So one advice that I have for students who would like to choose a humanities background would be to do a like a higher secondary education in something like history or social sciences, so that you are well prepared and equipped to face the tougher subjects in college. Because at least when you have a background study or you know the background, things can be easier. But that was not the case with me. So college was difficult since I had to catch up for the things I had missed out during my schooling. But it was also interesting because it gave me the space to explore and learn more about every topic. And having a wonderful library is a perfect gateway to all kinds of knowledge, and it helps you explore a lot. So I made use of it. I completed my degree with a first class. Then I decided that I have to do a master's in English. I fell in love with the subject. I enjoyed I enjoyed my studies and I wanted to do more. Ever throughout that time, I thought teaching is what I wanted to do. I wanted to come into the educational sector. I came to Chennai. I was selected in WCC after the entrance exam and other process. Uh, my master's was a time, I would call it as a cementing session. Like whatever you gathered in your bachelor's, it is a lot of information, and everything got cemented down or became stronger during my master's. And I really enjoy the time here. I think as a humanities student, you should not get stuck to whatever is done in your classrooms, which was a mistake that I did during my bachelor's. So I decided to move out of my comfort zone during my master's. I started going and attending um, workshops and seminars and conferences that boosted my confidence. Then slowly I started to present my papers and even got one published in a journal. So I could see a gradual increase in the level of confidence, the learning I have. It changed and molded my understanding of the world in a much wider sense. It helped me question everything that you see and understand things in a deeper level than like a basic or a very very minute understanding. Rather, it helped me go deeper into social issues. Again, the exposure to different cultures, different people with different angles and thought process will help you widen your views and ideas. I don't think, or I believe whatever I am today is only because of my 5-year education in the humanities background with the amazing professors I had, with the wonderful libraries I was part of. And I think every student must explore their local libraries and at least go in once and check out some books. You might meet a new author, you might meet a new genre. It might interest you and like intrigue you in some way. And I'm sure it will bring a lot of difference in your life. And again, after my master's or towards the end of my master's, the question of, okay, what next happened. But during my studies, during my college days, starting from my bachelor days in Delhi, I made it a point to explore the fields that I can work in after my education. So I interned as an edit. I joined as an editorial intern in HarperCollins Publications in Noida. that was a wonderful experience to work with some wonderful editors, to proofread amazing books. So I got a first-hand experience of how an international publishing house looks like. I was very happy to have done that in my life. And I again interned with two other companies as a content writer, especially in the web sector. So I understood how interesting that is, how to play around with words to convey a meaning. I truly understood the power of words through literature and through my internships. And I enjoyed that content writing or writing is something that I liked, and that is a skill that you can develop over time. That was one of the major learnings I got from my college and through my internships. Again, in my after my masters, I since everyone gives you the first option as teaching after you complete your English, I also believed in that, and I wanted to teach. And I joined, maybe my ideologies about teachings were so high that in reality, I joined an international school, and I worked as a high school English teacher for 6 months. And soon I discovered that teaching is something I like, but maybe not something that I would do throughout my life. I would like to teach students maybe separately, but not as a full-time career option. So when I discovered that, then I thought, what next? What can I do apart from this? What are the other options that are in front of me? Since I had my earlier experiences in content writing, I again started taking up freelance works. I started writing for some certain brands. I learned more about web development and SEOs. It was all a self-learning. I didn't have a mentor. I did not have anyone to teach me what it was. It was always my friends who will help me out. I would seek out help. And that is one thing I learned. Like, if you don't know about something, ask around. You might get assistance. I had amazing seniors who helped me out in every step. I would go ask them, get their guidance. So I always enjoyed asking and seeking out help. That has always helped me. I think as students, we should all shed off our shell and come out and ask help to your professors, to your seniors, to your juniors, and learn more and expand yourself. Don't restrict yourself. Rather, I think your teachers and your friends can help you out in much larger lengths than you imagine. And soon I kind of started to like content writing because it gives me a space to create something new, to convey things. Again, it's a wordplay. And finally, I landed up in this position of a content strategist where I'm basically doing branding for certain firms. So it's a marketing sector. And I'm working for particular brands to help them with um, improving and enhancing their business. And it involves a lot of creativity, and it's not boring. First of all, it always brings joy in finally making something that works, to write a one liner that catches everyone's attention. And that's something that I thoroughly enjoy doing right now. And writing in itself, in this sector of marketing, digital marketing, especially digital marketing and um, branding, gives me the opportunity to be creative, to always have something new coming out. It's not the same regular task that you're doing every day. It's not a boring job. So I'm really enjoying what I'm doing right now. And I'm very glad that I took up English and literature as my career, as my uh, higher education, because it really helped me understand things better. I don't think if I had not done those 5 years of education in English, I would have reached where I am right now, and I would not have done a good job. And I cannot imagine me in any other position, in any other place. So I'm extremely happy that I had the courage to come up and stand for myself and take a call on my career and my life. And I wish and encourage you to do the same. Even if your parents or people around you are not very supportive, you still can convince them, tell them what you want to do. I was blessed to have a understanding family, but you can always give them examples. You can tell them, okay, this is what I would like to do. Because only if you choose something that you like, can you move forward happily. Because there is no point doing a degree or a master's and then regretting about it. It's okay if you don't enjoy it, you still have a chance to come back to it or change your decisions. That is all right. But if you already know what you would like to do, or you understand which is a subject that brings happiness or excitement in you, then you should choose that. And do not shy away from humanities just because you might think it's not a well earning, or it might not offer a well earning career. That's not true, because it opens up a lot of options. I have discovered that throughout my life. And if you seek out for it, you will definitely get it. And in today's world, everything is becoming more creative. There is an option, there are new jobs coming up every day. I think options are increasing and not decreasing. And I do feel that the conventional jobs are taking a backseat right now, and more innovative jobs are coming to the forefront. So do not shy away or do not hesitate from taking humanities. Especially parents, encourage your children, because humanities might seem like a course that might not give you a good salary, but it's not true. You still have a lot of areas to explore, and truly understand your passion, truly understand what you want to do with your life. Even if you don't get a complete answer, for time being, what do you like to do? And build on it. And never stop learning. Always try to improve your skills. I think that is one way forward. Thank you so much.